The honourable member for Indi.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. Hidden away in the Lurg Hills between Glenrowan and Benalla in north-eastern Victoria is a wonderful example of community conservation, the Regent Honeyeater Project. Since its inception in 1994, this remarkable, independent, not-for-profit project has established itself as one of the most active volunteer conservation projects in the whole nation. It has engaged a whole farming community in bringing real change to our landscape and environment. Let me share a few statistics with the House. In the last 21 years, 23,000 students and 10,000 community volunteers have worked tirelessly to protect and restore significant remnants of box and ironbark habitat. This habitat provides a more secure future for threatened bird and animal species, such as the critically endangered Regent Honeyeater, the grey-crowned warbler, the squirrel guider and the bush-tailed pascal. And over this time, volunteers have propagated and planted an incredible 586,000 seedlings, covering more than 1,500 hectares at over 530 sites. They have put up 2,060 kilometres of fencing, installed hundreds of nesting boxes, providing critical habitat for the rare mammals, and continue to provide ongoing monitoring of the boxes every autumn. These are impressive statistics and are a testament to the tremendous work of volunteers. And as their project coordinator, Ray Thomas, told me, the entire project would not be possible without the 150 landholders. That's over 95% of the people who own land in this area have made their land available for this project. Thank you, Ray, and to your project team and the many volunteers who have contributed. But thanks also to the continued financial support of the many corporate sponsors, charitable trust donations, the Victorian and the federal government, to the Goulburn Broken CMA, to the Caring for Our Country, Grants to Environment and Heritage Organisation and the Natural Resource Trust of the Commonwealth Government, to Telstra, to Excel, to Roxwell Collins, and importantly the Norman Wettenhall Foundation for their long-term support, particularly to employ the project officer. And the Department of Sustainability Environment, as it was then known, also provides office support for the project management. And other self-generated funds come from the 40,000 to 45,000 seedlings that are propagated and planted each year by project staff and volunteers. And the Goulburn Broken CMA supports the on-ground work and provides revegetation grants after the sites are planted out. Students from 23 local schools help with the propagation and planting, along with wider community volunteer groups, including bushwalkers, cyclists, scouts, church groups, bird lovers, shooting clubs and four-wheel drive clubs. And valuable help is also contributed by Work for the Dole schemes for unemployed and also from our Landmate crew from Corrections Victoria. Thanks, guys. And education is vitally important for the longevity of any conservation project, and I know that Ray and the project staff are dedicated to educating the landholders, school groups, university students and community volunteers on the importance of threatened species habitat restoration. And I think it's safe to say that with 33,000 volunteers and counting, they're doing a great job of convincing people. The Regent Honeyeater Project is also doing some wonderful work in my electorate, but it's only part of the national regional honeyeater recovery project that's seeking to preserve habitat and release and monitor birds right across the country. In April this year, in the Chiltern Mount Pilot National Park, the fourth and largest release of captive-bred Regent honeyeaters commenced, and this release adds to the wild population in north-east Victoria and southern New South Wales. 3 previous releases of captive birds in 2008, 10 and 13 have confirmed relatively high post-release survival, and this round will provide a further boost to the species. To the Regent Honeyeater Project and other conservation projects like it, for that to succeed, the government needs to commit to ensure that habitat across the whole of Australia is protected, and by continued conservation funding and through sensible planning laws that take the habitat needs of our precious flora and fauna into consideration. Well done, guys. Thank you very much for all your work.